Hey guys, welcome to the Roundtable. I'm Amir.
I'm Tim.
I'm Brian.
And I'm Allison.
And we're out of order.
Hey.
But it's okay. It's
This
fine.
always confuses me, especially now that I'm so freaking exhausted.
That's what I said. I should have switched seats with Tim. That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's my fault. I
Was
apologize.
I supposed to go second?
It's just, well, you usually sit here. So you just,
yeah.
you see,
Oh.
yeah. And then we kind of go around.
What are we talking about this week? Oh yeah, holiday releases.
Games, yeah.
Holiday releases, and I guess the holiday releases that excite us or me. And I tried to put a list together of all the games that I was planning to buy.
Uh-huh.
And it's actually not as big as I thought it was going to be.
Yep. That's okay. That's good. It's good for your wallet.
It's
Good for your marriage.
It's good for my wallet. You know what it is though?
What is it?
And I'm not going to go because before we started we were talking about my loathing for The Evil Within because I just bought it.
Right.
The other problem with the holiday release games is I feel like a lot of the games that I was really excited to get.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to say a lot, a couple so far.
Right.
Not a good start.
No.
Very disappointing. Drive Club,
Well.
Alien Isolation,
Meh.
The Evil Within.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maggle.
I mean, that's 3 games
Yeah. Snark
I was
Black.
really excited about. And then games that I didn't care about at all, like Shadow of Mordor, where yeah, another Lord of the Rings game, whatever. It's going to suck. And then it's like,
Yeah, it's doing really well.
whoa.
Yep.
And I didn't get
That's
it.
good.
I got Evil Within.
Gotta have your trophies.
Take that bag, man.
I am going to take it back.
Is it,
I'll punch people in the face.
do you got to trade it in so you don't get full value back for it now?
No, I'm gonna eBay.
eBay.
I don't do trading. No
eBay.
GameStop trading for me. No.
Wise.
Give me $35 after I walk out the door. Shame on you.
Appreciation.
And then sell it for $55
Yeah.
used. It's like,
Used.
no.
Yeah.
No.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Exactly. So, what? So you were playing Evil Within, but now
Yeah.
you're not.
No.
So are
Which
you
is very rare.
are you playing anything right now? Let's start there. Like, what are you playing right now? And we'll kind of use that as like what's
Okay.
going to dislodge what you're playing.
So far, the champion for the holiday is the first big game to come out for it, which
Yep.
was Destiny.
Destiny. I agree.
That's the champion.
Yeah.
I keep playing. I can't stop.
And
We've noticed.
yeah, and while there are these disappointments
Yep.
coming in, I'm going back to my back catalog and trying to finish some of the sealed games. And believe it or not, Assassin's Creed Brotherhood. Because after Assassin's Creed 2, I stopped.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And I think we talked about it one time
Yeah.
in a roundtable
There's
actually,
a
where
story.
like once it went annual, I started to like immediately lose interest. So
Yeah.
the moment Brotherhood came out, I was just like, well, it's not Assassin's Creed 3 and whatever, I don't care.
Yeah. So yeah.
So I'm doing Brotherhood, and it turns out that it's actually awesome.
Gotcha.
Even now, it's kind of holding up for me. It's a little clunky because
Yeah.
it is Assassin's Creed, you know.
Yep.
But
Awesome.
yeah, but it's good stuff.
I get confused about the timeline of the Assassin's Creed games after the second one.
Who
I
doesn't?
don't really understand the chronology anymore.
Isn't that part of the point? To get
I guess.
Timeline.
Wait, did I already buy
Timeline
this
moves
game?
forward.
I'm not sure.
I didn't know that it like.
Well, no,
doesn't hop around
I
after-
mean, because there are 2 timelines in the first game, so
Right.
I mean, you have to kind of have that dual progression in your head anyway, and so
Yeah.
so it's easy to
That
kind
was
of
kind
just
of the
be
hook
like,
for me, though. I love that.
where
Yeah.
I'm not saying it's a negative. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that confusion sets in. So, but Allison, I think you're playing something also from the back
I'm
catalog.
playing Mass Effect again for the 40,000th time,
Mass Effect 2
That's
That's not a bad
right?
thing.
specifically.
It's not a bad
Yeah.
thing.
Because I only played through the third one once.
Yeah.
And
Except that
I
you
didn't,
kinda
I
hurt
didn't
my
get any of the
feelings.
DLC.
You kind of hurt my feelings when you
Oh,
said you
I
didn't like Mass Effect 1. Hurt me a little bit.
No, it's okay.
Gameplay's
A lot of people don't.
The story's amazing.
Well, a lot of people hurt my feelings.
The
But
gameplay's deliberate. Let's not throw stones.
Well, and think I went from playing Destiny for
Yeah, it's
an addiction, and then I went back to playing Mass Effect.
yeah.
So the gameplay looks terrible,
True enough. Although,
but it has a story.
and that's the thing. It's kind
That's
of
the important part.
It's Destiny's own fault because you play Destiny, you're just like, I'm getting a Mass Effect vibe. I want to go play Mass Effect now.
That's what I do.
Do
Yeah.
you get that?
Especially when we first
All the
when we first
time,
started.
from the music down to the enemies. As soon as I seen the Fallen, I was like, they all look like Turians. and then you see the Vex, which we've been mixing up Vex and Geth the whole time as we've been playing both games.
Yes.
And it's like, and then finally I was just sitting in the other room and Jason was playing. I was like, I'm going to play Mass Effect. Effect.
So that's why you were like,
This game, there's no story. I'm going to play Mass Effect.
so that's why you were just like, what do you guys think about the Geth Mythoclast being nerfed? No, what? No Geth Mythoclast. It's the Vex
I didn't even
Mythoclast.
catch that.
Yeah.
I didn't even catch that. Because I love Mass Effect.
Yeah.
It's just like totally natural to me.
Yeah.
Good.
And now I go from playing Mass Effect to playing this. I was like, I don't want to shoot the Fallen. They all look like Turians. Why do I want to shoot them? and then I just turn off Destiny and then I play Mass Effect again.
Yep.
Until
Exactly.
a quarter after 2.
Vicious cycle.
Yep. How about
Is
you,
that how
Kim?
late you played?
I'm trying to
It's been a
catch
long
up
time
to you
since I've
guys
done
with
that,
Destiny,
okay.
so when I have time, especially I haven't had a lot of time lately, I've just been trying to have some time to sit there and get some gear. I keep getting legendary gear that's not for my class, and that is just
Yeah.
horrible.
That happens
That's
a lot.
horrible.
That's how it started for me, and I absolutely hated it.
That's 4 in a row.
Because the last time I think I literally had 10 or
2
12
Titan things and then 2
blue
Warlock things.
engrams.
It's killing me.
They
You're
were
not
all
wrong.
either blue or purples that
100.
weren't for my class. I was like,
Oh, that's terrible.
I could have been playing Mass Effect
Yeah.
and not given a damn.
Yeah, there's that. No.
Oh man, Vault of Glass
That was awful.
it just beats me
Yeah.
down, and I can't damage anybody, and it's frustrating, and I want to get gear, and I just goodness
Yep.
gracious.
Yep.
Yeah.
Got to do more patrols. Got to do them bounties.
Yeah,
Get them Vanguard levels up.
I really just need a few more strange coins. Wait for the weekend. Hook it up with Zur.
There you go. It's a summoning fits.
Were.
Summoning fits is the weekly, so you can get you 3-6 more
Nice.
coins. There you go. It's pretty easy. Hopefully. We'll find out. That's pretty much all I've been playing.
Vault of Glass hurts.
It does.
It really hurts.
How did we get worse?
Yeah. I
When
don't
we
know.
had one fewer person.
Oh, that
who
is
didn't
true. We
have-
had.
Well, my problem
we
was
had that
all
other guy.
my weapons were new, and they had
Yeah.
I had no levels on any of
Yep.
them, so they were all just basic. And every time I bought that new rocket launcher, the Truth,
Yep.
but I didn't have any upgrades to it, so every rocket I shot at those robots, it went right between their legs every freaking time.
Yep.
I was like, I just wasted like 5 rockets, and none of them actually hit them.
Yep.
And that was when I got drunk and angry, and then it all dropped from there.
Also played a little bit of one of the PlayStation Plus games, the free games for this month. It's Dust.
Oh, I
An
downloaded
Elysian
that.
Tale.
I
It
heard
was
good things
pretty-
about it, and I
Yeah.
never even got a chance to play it.
I played a literally about maybe like 20 minutes of it, just to kind of check it out since it had finished downloading. And I like the art style a lot. The controls are very fluid. Seems like it's going to be a lot of fun to play. But I haven't played quite enough of it yet to really know what it's going to be like.
Yeah, I played a little bit back when it was on 360 and just never got back to it.
Is it Elysian Tale?
Elysian.
Tale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that's pretty nifty little side-scrolling action adventure game.
Oh, it's a side-scrolling.
Yeah.
game.
Yeah.
I don't know why I thought
Metroidvania,
I thought
sort
it
of.
was like a JRPG or something.
Well, the art style
The art
would
style
probably
is that
lend
way,
you to
And
believe that.
The
but-
title looks
Yeah.
very anime-esque.
Yeah.
but-
Just reminded me, I never beat Child of Light. Remember all that time ago that I said,
Oh,
"Oh, this
'cause it
is
was
too
on
long." I
hard.
took a break. I just
Yeah.
realized I never finished it.
I never beat
Yeah.
it either.
Never.
I kind of got bored with it.
Yeah.
I just didn't really have a lot of incentive to progress in the game. You know, like
Yeah.
in
I just thought it was a
RPGs, you
little
got to
too
feel
long.
like you're building towards something that you care about, or you're not going to be willing to spend the time. And
I didn't feel that I didn't care. I felt that like it just kept trying to say, "Here's the ending." No, we're gonna keep going.
Yeah.
And here's the end. No,
yeah.
we're gonna keep going. And then eventually it's
frustrating.
like, I really just wanted the end. There's so many games coming out. I need to play something else, please. And
Yep.
yeah, it didn't happen. And it's a side-scrolling RPG, so I love it as an RPG. But as a side-scroller, you can't be that long.
no, yeah,
It just doesn't work. Even South Park, I felt like was just getting a little bit too long.
No, but it's South Park. You have to
But I
play
loved it.
Just yeah.
I am excited about today because there's a release today that I've been waiting for. So every single time a Walking Dead episode comes out on PlayStation Network, I look at it and I go, I really want to see the continuation of my story from season 1, but I know that I don't want to wait for the next episode.
sure.
Yeah.
Today was the day that season 2 arrives as a complete physical copy. So I'm actually, after we break out here, I'm going to pass out. I was going to say I'm going to go pick up the game, but I was like, I'm not going to have the energy to do that in an
No.
hour.
You could just download it. You know,
No,
there's it's convenient.
There's no, I don't do
Very
digital, dude.
convenient.
I don't do digital.
You know,
just
if
got a
I'm
freaking
forced to do
strange
digital,
coin,
I'll
didn't
do
you?
digital,
Yeah.
but-
We hate you.
Sorry.
It's-
I apologize.
it's
Sorry,
probably for
that's,
100.
Nobody
that's
wants
Jason. He's
Van.
playing Destiny right now
And he's a bastard.
with his Transformer-looking Titan.
Just a class
Speaking
item?
of The Walking Dead,
Just, and
I
that
haven't
can
played
turn into
any of
anything.
those.
What's that?
I haven't
Just a
played any
class
of the
item.
Walking Dead games.
Really?
And I forgot what podcast I was listening to, but they were talking about it. What I really want is to not have to wait for any episodes at all, be able to start out at the beginning, season 1 or whatever it's called. I guess that's how it works, and really just be able to play through,
You can.
creating the story the whole way. Is it
Yeah.
on PS4?
Yeah.
So-
They just re-released season 1 with the 400 days, I think it's called.
DLC, yeah.
Yeah,
So it had DLC.
They just released it on PS4. So
So-
if you haven't played the first season, you can re-buy it on. That came out last week, so you could get season 1 on PS4 and then get season 2. I actually I was concerned because I played it on PlayStation 3, and I don't know how that would work. How the story would, if it would go over to PS4. Like I don't think that obviously it's not going to be able to understand the save because it's a different console.
Yeah.
It's not going to see the save, so I don't know exactly how that's
That's
going to work.
unfortunate.
But
And
we'll
you,
see.
and you don't
I'll
want to
see
have
how
to
it
play through the whole first season.
I don't
or second
mind.
season again.
I actually don't mind. It's
You,
really
so you
that
don't
good.
mind
It's really
kind of
good.
changing up? Are you gonna
No, and it's
make
short.
the same choices and everything?
Yeah, and I'll
Yeah.
I'll be able to make the same choices, and if I screw up, all the best.
Yeah, I'm excited about
I'm
that.
a,
one. I've
I'm
heard
a
lot of
one
people
I'm a
talking about
one
it.
playthrough type of guy. Like I don't try to be a completist. I try to if I'm playing a game, it's like at that moment that would be my decision, and I'm fine with it. Whatever the outcome is for it, I'm fine with it. And that's how I like it, man. So yeah, my short list. It's funny because the first 2 things on my list are The Walking Dead season 2 and The Wolf Among Us, which is November
Telltale
4th.
Games?
Yeah, that's another Telltale
Yeah.
game. And I'm a sucker for a good story, and I
Well-
hear that The Wolf Among Us is actually really good. But I don't know anything about it.
I don't really either, other than it's the same developer and
Yeah,
great storyline apparently.
and I'm looking
Yeah.
forward to that November 4th.
Same type of game. Well, let's run through these. So,
Okay.
what else released today? So now that we've kind of got a foundation of like what we're playing,
Yeah.
we're going to basically go through and see what we're going to be playing by the end of the year, and then we'll have a little, not really a wager, but we'll just kind of have a little friendly little bet at the end and see who. And then at the end of the year, we'll see who was right and who wasn't.
A bet on what?
A bet on
what
what?
we'll be playing.
I bet on. Well, we'll see.
Okay.
Because it'll be a surprise.
If we've got time, I
Should I
think
go
see.
get my poker chips?
No. We'll just you'll see.
By the way,
It's gonna be fun.
maybe next week. Now that I said that, I just thought of it. Like, how cool would it be if we just did a round table? We were playing poker.
Poker. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe we should just do that next
Do it.
week.
wear the little poker hat,
Just
have
yeah,
a cigar sticking out of the mouth.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't know why.
Uh huh.
I don't
Gotcha.
know either. I don't,
Gotcha.
yeah.
If we have time, I think maybe we should also very briefly talk about game of the year so far for each of us individually. I think we did that
Right.
pretty early in some GameSpin stuff.
I would
Yeah.
totally love to
But it's been a little
close
bit
out
longer
the
now.
year. If we could
Yeah.
close out the year with a game of the year,
Yeah.
Yeah,
that'd be cool.
That'd be a good idea.
Yeah,
Sounds
that'd
good.
be awesome.
cool.
So let's see if any of these games
Legitimize.
are going to be a game of the year candidate. So I'm just
It
gonna
won't be Evil Within. I'll tell you that.
I'm just going to run through. So starting with today's date, I'm pulling this from like the Wikipedia
unless
list.
unless we could
Release.
pick like the worst game of the year,
Then you would go Evil Within.
then I would go with Evil Within. In fact, probably the worst, and this is not an exaggeration, worst of the decade.
Wow.
Yeah,
Is it just broken?
No, well it plays.
it's.
Kind of.
I get so irritated at people. I get so irritated at people that use the word lazy for a developer.
Yeah.
When I play that game, it feels lazy. Yeah,
That stinks.
yeah. I'll explain later as we
Very well.
get into the show.
All right. So, Dreamfall Chapters: The Longest Journey. Any takers? No.
I don't know what the hell that is.
F1 2014. Anybody interested in that?
Sounds like a jet.
2014. It's
IndyCar?
F1 racing.
Oh, F1 2014. Yes.
Okay.
I would love to play that, except that I would want it on my
Steering
PS4, and
Yeah.
my G27 racing wheel does not work on the PS4, and a Thrustmaster with all the gear that I have for the G27 would cost me close to $550.
Is G27 classified?
That's enough.
F1 2014 is a no.
So, but you could play it on your PS3 with
Because
your
it
wheel,
comes out for PS3.
right?
I'm not going to do that. I have a PS4. What the hell did I buy a PS4 for? That's a good point. PS4
Destiny. Fantasia Music Evolved. That off
it's
delayed. Yeah.
Was
really?
delayed?
It's Disney?
Yeah.
Fantasia?
Fantasia Music Evolved. Well, they're kind of taking a hip sort of messaging.
Do
I'm
we know the
guessing that's
mechanic
Wii U.
on that? Like, how does that work?
It's Kinect. It's Kinect based. So it's just.
Oh, so
another
it's an
dance
Xbox
game.
One exclusive?
Yeah, it's Xbox One, Xbox 360. So it's a Kinect dancing game.
Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of missed notes are going to happen.
There's a on Windows, Mac, and Linux. There's a new Jagged Alliance flashback. No.
Actually, can we go back to Fantasia?
Yeah, sure,
It's
okay.
exclusive to Xbox, but
Yeah.
you know, the PlayStation 3 and the PlayStation 4 also have cameras.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
No.
They require Move if you want to get the motion control, though.
Yeah.
See, I've got the
Yeah.
move for the
Well,
PS3,
I mean,
but
the
I don't have
PlayStation camera for
the
PlayStation 4
PS4.
can sense movement just like a Kinect would.
Yeah.
Is this like? Is it who's the developer on that? Do we know?
Harmonix, I think. I'm pretty
Harmonix,
sure.
okay.
Yeah.
So it's just it's a paid exclusive.
Yeah.
It could have been released on both.
Yeah, it's been off delayed, I want to say. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Along that same vein, Just Dance 2015. That's multi-platform.
Game of the year, right there.
There
you
it
go.
is. There it is.
Whoop! There it is.
I'm gonna skip over. Well, there's like the complete edition for Need for Speed Rivals. Okay. I mean, you know, decent game, but the new Samurai Warriors 4. Who cares when you have Hyrule Warriors already out, right?
Yep, right.
The Legend of Korra on PS4
Reviewed
Windows.
very badly.
Yeah.
I wasn't even interested at all, but when I saw that review, I was like, "Wow, you're just like a point shy of Superman on 64."
Yeah, that's that's
I remember
really
that.
brutal.
That was terrible.
Voice on last. On
The Voice?
Yeah,
The
Voice.
show?
The
Oh, wow.
Voice.
Apparently.
Is Adam Levine in there?
I don't know. Let's find. I can find out for you. I
How
don't really have time for
updated
that.
is their judge roster? Like,
I don't know.
how much does Christina Aguilera weigh
Oh,
in in The Voice?
I don't know.
Is it like season 4 Christina Aguilera, season 1 Christina Aguilera?
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
I couldn't tell you.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is I keep hitting the mic with my glasses. All right, now, so let's move on. So Legend on Xbox Live, you get Legend of Korra tomorrow.
I'm
Okay,
deliriously
nobody
tired.
cares. All right, Thursday on the Wii U, we get Stealth Inc. 2, A Game of Clones. I don't know
that's
if anybody plays it.
I never played it.
haven't
I've heard
played it.
fantastic things about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
it's
we have
pretty
it
good.
for free, right? We have it on PlayStation Plus, and I didn't even touch
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I don't
Shantae
know
and the
about
Pirate's Curse. Shantae is supposed to be a pretty decent little platformer series. And
Really?
then Pure Solar HD. I never played Pure Solar, so.
We should mention platforms, like as you
Yeah, those are
mentioned.
those are all Wii U.
Okay.
Yeah. So all right. So we'll kind of do that going forward. So Friday's kind of interesting. We get Bayonetta 2 on the Wii U.
Ah.
And incidentally,
This is this
Bayonetta 1.
Friday.
This Friday, yeah.
Oh, that's
Right.
big. That's really
Bayonetta
good.
2 got
Yeah,
reviewed
24th.
really well. I wasn't
Yeah.
expecting that
Yeah.
at all.
Yeah. Apparently, it's really
pleasantly surprised.
yeah, like a really tight action game.
You guys going to pick that one up for the Wii U?
Maybe eventually.
I mean, I've seen a few
Now I'm
times for
tempted.
that.
Yeah, now I'm tempted because I played Bayonetta and it was just like,
Mm-hmm.
okay, well, I mean, this is along the lines of Devil May Cry.
It's a funner Devil May Cry, really. It's a little more
Yeah.
refreshing. The writing is,
Yeah.
well, it's just fun. It's weird.
Yeah, it's off the wall.
Yeah.
It's off the wall. So, but I mean, it's really.
It's a notch. It's a notch for me to say, okay, let's take a look at the Wii U and see if I'm going to buy it. That's definitely one of the
Yeah.
notches.
Oh yeah, yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, and the presentation and the it's definitely an over the top game. It's not designed to. It doesn't take itself very seriously at all.
Can't get over the fact that this is a Wii U exclusive right now.
Yep, a lot of money.
But it's a smart exclusive
it is.
because
It is.
it's not just good for Nintendo, but the reason that it's smart is they also have a Bayonetta remake in there, so you're not losing.
Yeah.
You know, it's not like, oh, I have to have this system to play the first one,
Yeah.
and this system to play. It's like they even figured that part out. So
That's smart.
Yep. Also coming out on Friday, Civilization Beyond Earth.
That looks pretty friggin' cool. I've seen some screenshots of that, and it looks really cool.
Yeah, that's preloaded on my computer.
I've never played a Civ game. I feel so retarded for that.
No, it's okay. Don't feel retarded. Civ welcomes all.
So
Sid Meier is a benevolent ruler.
just
Yep.
really briefly, because I know that it's a deep game and we could go on forever describing the game, but describe it to me. I don't like RTS games.
That's good because it's a turn-based strategy game.
Shazam.
Okay, so turn-based strategy game.
Yep.
Can Can I play against the computer? Or do I have to play against other people pretending to be Gandhi?
Computer.
No, you can play against the computer. Actually, at least in 5, there was much more emphasis in the presentation on the single-player aspect. There are scenarios, some of which were historical-based, some of which were kind of like fantasy, like steampunk kind of. With this new one, though, it kind of all... one of the victory conditions of the previous games was that you could go to space. You would go to Alpha Centauri, and then you would... the fact that you built the spaceship and got there, you would win the game. This game basically picks up at the end of that victory condition. So you are that spaceship that landed, and you're the settlers, and you might arrive before other people, or you might be like the second or third on the planet, and then you have to kind of figure out what's going on in the alien world and things like that.
And then the traveler
I guess I should
comes.
install it. That's one of my sealed games. I have it right there, and all of its expansions and everything.
There you go.
Civ 5.
Civ 5. Well, Civ 5 doesn't... Yeah, okay. So Civ 5 is the historical one.
Yeah,
and the one coming out is the one where it kind of picks up from the end of that. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that, and that might actually displace Destiny in my go-to game thing. I don't...
It's a really, really, really pretty game.
I don't know.
For a real-time strategy or a turn-based strategy, it plays really smoothly.
Yep. So, and it's supposed to be really accessible, so we'll see. Fantasy Life for the 3DS. Takers? No? Okay.
Don't know what that is.
Majestic Knights? Windows, iOS, Android, nope. Pokemon Art Academy.
Art Academy.
3DS. It's a Pokemon game. It's probably going to sell well.
They need to do
All
another
right.
Pokemon Snap quickly.
Oh, snap. All right. 28th.
I'm sure it's in the works.
October 28th.
October 28th we jumped to. Okay.
Big Hero 6. Based
Don't
on the
know.
new movie.
There's there's
coming out
a
3DS.
6. I haven't
Big
heard
Hero
of it
6.
in... Huh?
Big Hero 6 is a new movie coming out by Disney. It's an animated feature.
Does it have a 1 through 5?
I think it's based on a kind of an obscure Marvel property.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, also coming out on the 28th, Freedom Wars for the PS Vita. So the last kind of big AAA Sony.
Okay. All right. Let's discuss Freedom Wars. And I'll tell you why I want to discuss Freedom Wars, because it ties into the Evil Within very loosely.
All right.
Does this
that
involve
Colin
Colin Moriarty?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's what I was about to say.
So there are two
We're
games.
in your mind.
Yep.
One game that Colin Moriarty on IGN talks up all the time on Podcast Beyond.
Also Greg Miller.
Okay, all right. He talks up Freedom Wars a lot, saying that's the AAA game for Vita.
Yep.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
the reason I bought The Evil Within, they know the story, so I'm going to tell you guys. The reason I bought The Evil Within was because I was listening to Podcast Beyond on the way. I don't even know where I was on the way to, but I was passing Target. And while I was driving in the car, Colin Moriarty was saying things that really plugged The Evil Within for me. I love Resident Evil. I love the concept of scarcity. And that's what he was talking about. He was like, I've been waiting for a survival horror game with scarcity for ammo. I love the ink ribbons and having limited ability to save and having to, just that survival horror feel. And I even said it out loud in my car, and there was nobody in the car with me. I was like, me too! And I turned around and went into Target and said, give me Evil Within. I didn't even check my bank account to see if I had enough money. Which I did, thank God. But I got the Evil Within. I come home. I'm all excited about it. Scarcity. Yeah, Chapter 1 was awesome. I was like, thank you, Colin. This is an awesome freaking game. I was all excited. And then Chapter 2 happened and snooze fest. And then Chapter 3 happened, and I actually, while I was playing the game. Mind you, this is like day 3.
Yeah.
At this point, you should still have that, that puppy love phase where you just want to play the game all the time.
Yeah.
And I actually got to the point where I told you guys this earlier. I was only playing for 30 minutes, and I was already looking at my gaming shelf next to the TV, thinking to myself, what else can I play? Because I don't want to play this right now.
Brotherhood looking
and
good.
once I was like, wow, this is this is a game I just bought, and I'm already saying that. Immediately took it out of my PS4, uninstalled it, put it on the side, and said eBay. So.
Holy crap, I just realized that I haven't put one disc in my PS4 since I've owned it.
Really?
Not
You've
one.
gone completely digital.
Pretty much. I haven't watched any Blu-rays on it.
I wonder if it has to do with our
either.
difference in cultures, because I am
Maybe.
predominantly a console gamer,
Yeah.
and I haven't been into PC games at all until last year when I wanted to get into modding Skyrim.
Yeah.
you've been into PC gaming for a long time, and I've seen your Steam collection. It's ridiculous. So I wonder if it's because you're a PC gamer that you're more okay with digital?
It's because I have a hard time selling games, so I have them, and it's hard to keep them organized. So if I just have them digital, then I don't have stacks and stacks of boxes, and I don't have discs. Because I did convert over to like an organization system where I have the discs in like these boxes, and I have like a spreadsheet with all the listings of all the discs and everything.
Oh,
but I just can't, like, I take it out and I like can't be bothered to put it back in. So I just have these stacks, and plus now I have a little 2-year-old who likes to anything that is stacked. That is not going to remain for very long.
And kids, as soon as they learn how to push that middle button, pull the disc out, they're frisbees.
Oh yeah, no, precisely. I was making some backups from some DVDs, and she learned how to do. Although she did learn how to put them back in and close it without jamming it.
Oh, nice.
So that's pretty cool.
Baby steps.
Yeah, literally.
Are you guys familiar with Funkoland? You remember a store named Funkoland?
We didn't have it down here, but yeah,
Okay.
I've heard about it.
So I was living in Queens, New York at the time.
Right.
Funkoland had opened near my apartment.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was a kid, I would just take loose change because they had like this little newspaper. It's like 4 pages of all the games that they had, and it was like really small print.
Yeah.
Paper like that big.
Mm-hmm.
Really small print. And this was all the games they had, Nintendo games or whatever. This is leading to
Right.
something. And I would go there with loose change. If I had $5, I got like a Sega CD game. If I had $2, I got like a Super Nintendo game. If I had 50 cents, I got a Nintendo game.
Yeah.
Freaking awesome. So every single time I had loose change, I was buying the game, and I almost looked like a collector. My room was just like a stack, like a big mountain of games. It was awesome. There was a reason for telling you that story, and I forgot it. And I'm very ashamed now.
Collections of games and how cool they look to have giant towers of trophies.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so today, thank you. So, I'm exhausted. So today I go on eBay, and I go on Facebook, and I see somebody had posted a picture of this dude, and it's popular in social media. Every once in a while it surfaces. This guy has like this big cabinet filled with a whole bunch of legacy consoles.
I've seen that.
And he's got like and he's got like all of these games.
Super
all over.
jealous.
Yeah. So I got jealous, and I was like, hey, I just got this house. I have a man cave. Let me do the Funkoland thing. I'll go on eBay, spend $1 here, $2 there, $3 here, and get a game. So I was like, well, let me start at the beginning. Let me start with NES. That is probably the cheapest. No.
Not
Not anymore. If I kept that mountain of games, I would be a rich bastard right now.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah.
I wanted to buy like Legend of Zelda 2. I really didn't want to buy it. I just wanted to check the price. Wasn't even a gold cartridge. Didn't have the box. Didn't have anything. Just the sleeve.
Yeah.
And the cartridge, $15.
Jeez.
Oh, wow.
It's outrageous.
What?
It's outrageous.
Yeah.
No.
Cool.
You can get it for cheaper than that.
I could get it for free on an emulator. I'm just trying to,
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Yeah, I have that.
Yeah.
So that's my problem, is because
Yeah.
I have all these old games that I never did sell, and so and I have all these discs, and I just I'm tired of it, because I have those classic games that were important to me for whatever, and so I have no problem, and it's so much faster. I don't have to get up. I don't have to deal with. All right, no. Where did the little girl? Where did the box? Where is this box? Where's the box? I have the box. Where's the disc? Where did it go? I don't know.
Check under the
Who
couch.
should I ask? Go find it? Yeah, let's go find it, please. No, I don't want that. I don't need that. All I do is I press the PS button, I press the X button to log into my profile, press right once, X, and I'm done. And that's it.
There's this trick that we do when we go camping.
Uh-huh.
When we want to stop the bears from coming, or all the
Stop
little,
bears.
or all the when we want to stop like any animals from coming and eating our sandwiches, we hang them from the trees. So maybe
Hang the animals from the trees?
we
the sandwiches,
from the
I'm sorry.
trees. Sorry, we hang the sandwiches.
I don't think he wants to hang his child from the rafters.
I was about to say. I mean, it's effective.
Yeah, that's
but
right. When you go home and you don't want, if she is not supervised, hang her from a tree.
Yeah, I gotcha.
No,
Okay,
like,
no, seriously.
elevate your gaming stuff. Out of the reach of the child.
Yeah. No. Yeah. Except the stacks get so big, and that's kind of the problem.
Well, here's my question about it, and this is
Anyway.
what I ran into with my PS3. I had the 40 gig, And eventually...
I just see you kind of running, just running into something while you're holding your PS3. Anyway, sorry.
I kept running into it. Goodness, I lost my train of thought.
I apologize. I sincerely do. You ran into something with your PS3.
Oh yeah,
40
no,
gig.
I kept running out of memory because I bought a lot of games digitally.
Yep, no, that's true.
It's awesome.
That's
A
true.
lot of them.
Yep.
And with the PS4 now, I've got much more memory.
Yep.
However, I find myself inching up invariably, getting closer and closer and closer.
Yeah.
And that freaks me out because, and I know it's not that big of a deal to go and delete whatever you need to delete, whatever you're not playing anymore.
Buy a new one. Buy a new
It's
hard
just
drive.
something that's constantly in the back of my head when I'm downloading a game, even if it's free from like PlayStation Plus, which is basically the only games I really get digitally nowadays, unless it's just something that's really good. Ooh, Geometry Wars 3 comes out next month. I jumped the gun. I jumped the gun, but that's on my
not the
list.
first time. Yeah.
I forgot about that. I was looking at disc-based games. That is
Boom.
That is
That's a month from today, actually.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's November 21st.
Yep. So
No.
it's like-
I thought it was 25th.
Can it be
that's what it
20
was.
something?
No, I'm sorry. You're right. It's 25th. It's right there on the line in the list. I can't read.
I gotta write this down over here. 'Cause this is like my plan of attack
All right.
here.
Speaking of Plan of Attack, Freedom Wars is supposed to be kind of like a Monster Hunter-esque sort of.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Freedom Wars.
Yeah, kind of sci-fi adventure. Apparently, so if you were, wanting that sort of free roaming experience, more or less, where you go out, action adventure.
I think I remember. This is the game to where you're sort of in like this prison, and you're constantly working to negate your sentence. Okay, yeah, I've heard some stuff about
That's
this
right.
game.
Yeah.
And you do things to get that sentence.
I'm gonna have to wait
Neat.
for reviews, and
Definitely.
if they're mixed,
Yeah.
I'm not listening to Colin. Damn him.
Yeah. Well, he's played it. He's done a lot of previews, and he got Greg kind of fired up about it, which doesn't always happen for these types of games. But it does seem like it's kind of like a sci-fi sort of Monster Hunter type game. I never got into Monster Hunter, but
I never even touched a Monster Hunter.
although, yeah, me neither. But with all the costumes in Monster Hunter 4 now, I'm starting to think maybe it's time, especially with the new 3DS coming. Anyway, all right, moving on. Freedom
we got
Wars.
a lot to go, and we're already halfway through our show.
Last big kind of Vita game, maybe at all.
Yeah.
We'll see. Lords of the Fallen also comes out.
Yeah,
on the
tell me
28th.
more about that. What is that?
That's a good question. It's apparently.
I was going to look it up today, and I didn't even have a
Yeah,
chance.
no. This is one of them that's not been on my radar. So it looks like it could be. It's Bandai Namco and Square Enix publishing.
Really? Both?
Yeah, they're both publishing. So they're
Wait a
both
minute.
working on it.
When did it change from No, it used to be Namco Bandai.
Yeah, it did.
Why did they switch?
Because of
No, me
corporate.
first.
Yeah, corporate stuff. I think they were Bandai Namco in Japan. They just weren't over here for whatever reason.
And
then
they're
they
probably like,
officially
this is
switched.
really screwing up our paperwork. Can we just
Yeah.
get it
Yeah,
all
can we just
together?
fix it?
All right.
So,
That
Lords
makes
of the
sense.
Fallen is a hack and slash action role playing game. It's often compared with like Darksiders and Dark Souls. It's more realistic. So it's kind of like Dark Souls looks like,
Okay.
but that's from Wikipedia. So it could
More
be completely
realistic,
wrong.
I heard you say?
Sounds good.
More realistic combat system like
Okay.
Dark Souls.
Okay.
Does it have a rating?
Like a
review?
rating pending.
No, like a mature.
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
Yeah, rating pending according to this.
I'm sure it's a mature game. though.
Hopefully.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what it looks like.
Unless, everybody
It's
plays
unofficial.
like Green Blood. Or something.
Does that make
Sorry,
all the
Mortal
difference?
Kombat flashback.
Yeah.
Coming out for the previous platforms, MX versus ATV Supercross. No?
Yeah.
Also on the 28th, NBA Live 15. Can you get NBA Live?
Not NBA Live, no.
No.
They
I
should,
am,
they should stop
however,
bothering with those.
I am intrigued by the fact that NBA Live 15 is going to have a demo.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sorry. I was intrigued by the fact that NBA Live 15 was going to have a demo, and I was
Yeah.
like, ooh, they're actually really confident about their gameplay this time. And then I further read the article, whatever publication I read it on, and then they said, but it won't be available until after release.
Lame Zor.
So it's like, oh, okay. I get it.
Kind of lame.
Nice try. Yay.
That's silly. On the 28th, Power Rangers Super Mega Force.
Wow, I've been
on
waiting
the
so long
3DS.
for that one.
I know, really?
Oh, man.
That's awesome, right? I just have no. Okay, no, not going to happen. Big one for Xbox One owners, Sunset Overdrive.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
See?
That looks
Colin
really good.
loves that game.
So
And he's a
if
Sony
you're-
guy.
Yeah, I mean, Ratchet. I mean, it's basically like Ratchet.
Colin has a lot of
playing
work to do to
grown up.
regain my trust after Evil Within. So
Oh God, we don't even know what his thoughts are after actually playing through it, not just seeing a preview.
That's true.
All right. Anyway, and then
Fine.
the last game releasing on the 28th is a game that you won't be playing because you're waiting for the current gen version, which is WWE 2K15.
Right.
That's coming out for PS3 and Xbox 360 on the 28th.
and WWE 2K15 for the previous generation, now we could say, doesn't even have like the biggest draw for the game, which is the My Career mode, any of the advancements.
Yeah.
As far as the release says, it almost a lot of the people in that community say that the way the messaging works, because they don't even we haven't even seen, except for 3 screenshots, we haven't seen anything for the last version, last gen thing for WWE 2K15. So
Yep.
really everybody's feeling, I wouldn't say everybody, but a lot of people in that community feel that it's probably a copy-paste job. It's basically WWE 2K14 with an updated roster.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah.
but yeah.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, and I'm not, I got my PS4 to get the best of the best, so.
Yeah,
I'll wait.
I think we established that with F1 2014 very early on in the episode.
What did I say? I was asleep.
That's cool. I was awake for the beginning of the
Dude, I'm
episode.
freaking. I had a Red Bull,
Yep. Two.
me and my wife quit caffeine
Yep.
long time ago, several months.
Yep.
Okay, so when I have a Red Bull, it's like freaking somersaults. I'm like in the Matrix. Okay,
Yeah.
and
And his office is not big, so I mean, it's just disaster every time.
yeah,
he has
it's
a Red Bull.
totally like I just
Tasmanian
rip my
devil.
Snuggie off and like that's it.
Literally Snuggie.
Yeah, I wear a Snuggie in the
Marvel
office.
Snuggie.
Awesome. It's Marvel?
superheroes.
Oh yeah, it's got
Nice.
like all these like Batman things.
Oh, man.
Well, I'm
Rachel, I
jealous.
think, gave it to me. Like,
I gotta
Right.
get some
Is it Marvel or
adult
DC?
footy pajamas.
I forget. Is it not Marvel? I thought it was
I
Marvel.
don't think it's actually like specifically Marvel or DC. I'll have to look at it again.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
just
you'll
call
have
it-
to now.
I just call it my epic Snuggie.
because I said Marvel and then you're like, yeah, it's got like Batman on it, and
And I was
anybody
like-
who follows comics is just like,
How dare you, sir?
No, you know what made me
So-
say? You know what made me
Thumbs
say
down.
Batman was
Yeah.
because I was actually thinking of like the classic show where they would have like pow and rat-tat-tat.
oh, right.
Because
Okay.
that's what it's got. It's
Yeah.
got like all those graphics on it. I don't know if it's
Okay.
specifically affiliated with like Marvel.
Well, you wear it and I don't, so you probably know better than I do. All right.
really.
There's a couple games that were announced,
I don't pay that much attention to my Snuggies.
and I think a couple of these have been released, like Race the Sun, Tesla Grad. Didn't those come out on PlayStation Network? I want to say that those were like this past week. And then Run Sackboy Run is supposed to be an October release, but I don't know that we've heard anything on that.
Run Sackboy Run.
Yeah, it was supposed to be like a Vita and iOS Android game. So it's like an endless runner type game. Basically, you're just going from left to right. You got stuff following you, and just like that one level in Mario that nobody that you hated because the screen would just kept going and you had to keep moving. Yeah, it's like that, except the whole game.
Wonderful.
All right, so November 4th, moving on. BioShock Infinite Complete for the previous gen systems.
Okay.
Yeah,
Love
yeah.
that
Well, the
game.
studio disbanded.
Love that
They're
game.
going,
It's a little.
yeah.
How long ago
That seems
was that?
weird, though. That was
It feels
last year.
It feels like a
little
long.
over a
It
year
feels like
ago.
even longer.
I think it was
okay.
early last year. Yeah.
A complete edition this much later. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, this. I'm sure they had like 2K Marin come in and do it, or something like that. So.
All right. It is BioShock Infinite, so anybody who hasn't played it.
Yep. Let's see. Citizens of Earth for PS4, PS Vita, Wii U, 3DS. Harvest Moon, Lost Valley for 3DS. Harvest Moon fans.
Oh man, I love me some Harvest Moon.
So there's a new one coming out. MotoGP 14 for previous gen.
I gotta tell you,
PS
Harvest
Vita and
Moon.
PS4.
I've played one once.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just in passing.
Yeah.
That crap is really addictive.
I know.
Yeah.
Harvest Moon, It's a Wonderful Life for, what did I play that for? N64 maybe?
Probably.
GameCube maybe? Something like that?
Yeah, it was one of those.
Love it.
Good stuff.
Eat it up all day,
Yep.
all night.
Twice on Sunday. Never Alone, which I don't know what Never Alone is supposed to be. Also known as Kissima in its. I'm not even going to try. Puzzle game.
I like how you did attempt it, though. That was nice.
Player character plays as I'm not going to try, girl Nuna and her Arctic fox as an atmospheric puzzle platformer. All right. Nice.
right.
Okay, it could be interesting. That's for PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Okay.
Planes, Fire, and Rescue, based on the new movie, coming out only for Nintendo platforms. Go figure. Rocksmith 2014, still kicking. That's for the current gen consoles.
What exactly is a kicking? Because it's not making any headlines.
It's still kicking. No, it's kicking, as in it's still going.
Yeah, but it's not making any headlines, really. I'm curious what their sales look like.
Well, the corpses in Walking Dead are still kicking. So that's what I mean.
Yeah.
That's by kicking. That's all. That's the extent of my meaning.
Yeah, I'm just curious. I was curious how well it's doing.
All right. Well, I mean, it's as like a guitar
keep
simulator.
I've always wanted to try it, but
Yeah.
you got to buy the.
Guitar.
Yeah.
Two peripheral.
Well, any electric guitar pretty much works. You
Oh,
just need the cable. The Binding of Isaac Rebirth for PS4, PS Vita, and PC. So that's the Binding of Isaac's supposed to be really good. Okay. And then Wolf Among Us.
That's on my list.
Yep. I might. Oh, you know what? I think I missed one on the 4th. What is it? Game called Call of.
Oh yeah, I see where you're going with
Advanced
that.
Warfare.
Yeah, that game.
I don't
Never heard
of it.
Starring Kevin Spacey.
Kevin Spacey. Yeah.
Which
So-
is
Kevin
actually
Spacey.
the only reason I'm going to get a Call of Duty game,
Yeah.
besides the tournament that we have coming up.
Yeah.
But, Call of Duty Advanced Warfare, just to see Kevin Spacey as a military villain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I miss House of Cards, so I'm going to definitely play
But the
that.
only So we'll see. Apparently, if it reviews well on the single player campaign, I might.
I pretty much always enjoy the single player campaigns for the Call of Duty games, with the exception of the Black Ops games. Those are bad.
Well, I made it to like Black Ops 1, and I kind of dropped off at that
They're
point.
no good.
All right. So, big game we may or may not play. On November 7th.
I'm looking at an Evil Within ad and I'm getting angry.
Okay.
This is really bad.
Maybe that's the whole point of the game, is to make you feel, and it's definitely succeeded.
The angry one.
Wait a minute. Was there only a Rocksmith? And now a Rocksmith 2014? Was there nothing in between?
I don't
Maybe,
know.
probably just like updates and DLC and
Yeah.
crap like
Yeah,
that.
Rocksmith was 2012, so I think there were 2 years.
Rocksmith was 2011, so yeah.
Yeah, 2011,
Rocksmith
sorry.
2014 is tagged as 2013 and has sales. What? Oh, this is for next gen, I guess.
Yeah, this is for next gen, PS1.
Okay,
and
all right. So that was for
or
Xbox
PS4
One.
and Xbox
Okay.
One. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I do have the numbers, and it's pretty bad. For PS3, they sold 0.1, so it goes by a million. So they sold 100,000
100,000? Wow.
globally.
And it's it's
Ouch.
a niche title.
Yeah.
Yeah. The original Rocksmith, when it came out, sold 1 million, which is still.
Yeah.
Wait, we had the...
Came down from the chimney. Awesome.
Say what now?
Some bug. No. Oh, whatever. Sorry.
Didn't PlayStation
tired. I'm
TV
easily
come out this
distracted.
week?
What's that?
PlayStation TV?
Yes.
Yes.
It came
week.
out on the 14th.
Anybody getting that?
I wanted to
Maybe.
get it, but I don't need to invest $100 in that yet. But it
No.
is on my list
Yeah.
because I do want
They
to
need to-
stream to the other TVs in my house and be able to play PS4.
Yeah. I have to move my PS4 around a lot, so... Yeah. If I had a Vita, too, it would be a definite buy.
They need to fix the interface.
Is it bad?
No, it's just the same.
It's a Vita interface.
Oh,
And it just doesn't work on a TV.
that's
It
stupid.
just doesn't work. November 7th, Football Manager 2015, which I know is a big game for a lot of people on PC. So, at least
Is that sarcastic or is that for
No,
real?
that's for real.
No, I think it's
Really?
for real, because I think Baker plays that baseball one kind of religiously.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't know about religiously. but-
Another big day, November 11th, Assassin's Creed Rogue and Assassin's Creed Unity.
Ooh.
Both release side by side. So Rogue is the last gen.
Right.
Unity is PS4, Xbox One, and PC.
Right.
So get that straight, kids.
And then forget
And not
it again
kids.
later on.
And parents buying for the kids.
Parents.
Yeah.
That's important.
Don't piss the kids off.
Yeah. Also going toe to toe with Assassin's Creed, both of them, is 4 Halos. Halo the Master Chief Collection
That's cool. That is
for
good.
Xbox One. So that's
It's
a-
weird
that's a
that
great
that
deal.
to me is like an Xbox One killer app. Like
yeah.
that makes me want an Xbox
Where's
One.
the bundle? Where's the bundle? They haven't announced the
That would
bundle.
be
to go with
smart.
it. So I don't know. I guess they're you know they're just leveraging this
really
Sunset
want that.
Overdrive.
I'm waiting for him to say the true gem in the rough. It's coming.
Last Guardian?
We're gonna be here a while.
Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham.
not
No,
it.
that's coming out for basically every platform known to man. Oh, here you go. Shape Up for the
Even
Xbox.
That's it.
Tales of Hearts R for the PS Vita.
Is that a Tales series game? Like,
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, neat.
Tales of Hearts.
Um,
And then Tropico 5 for the Xbox 360, which could be pretty interesting. Tropico 5 was a pretty good PC game. So,
no, it wants.
yeah.
oh, that bug is upsetting him.
It's really bugging him.
What?
It's like it looks kind of like a stink bug, but it's not. It doesn't have those colors.
Okay.
We're experiencing a brief delay while Amir deals with a pest.
Where is he?
I don't know.
He's right there.
Here. Stay there for a little while.
Bye bye.
Right.
I just didn't want him to fly like in our faces and
And to fly
this
to the
whole,
rest
like, even though really I should have just let him do that, and that would be
Okay.
great
Did-
television. I
Was
guess.
it Digimon All-Star Rumble?
Nope.
No. All right. Okay. So that's all that I'm showing on the 11th. What game
Okay.
is it?
Well, I don't know.
Let's get to
It's-
the big
it's
day.
November.
Okay, all right, keep going. Okay,
It's
all
a
right,
big
all right.
game.
All right. So on the 13th, let's see, we got Pro Evolution Soccer 2015, Shadows, Heretic
That's not the big
Kingdoms,
day.
and Warlords of Draenor, World of Warcraft expansion.
I thought that might have been.
You
want
wanna
to
talk about still
plumbing
kicking?
game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, that's still kicking ass. Basically, is what that's doing.
Yeah.
I mean, they've still got millions of subscribers. They're still making money, hand over fist. People still
Draenor?
pay for it. Yeah, Draenor. Draenor.
I just
Plumbing
that's
expansion.
what. Yeah, that's what I keep
So,
thinking.
Um,
Mario and Luigi up in there.
All right, now here is arguably the biggest gaming. If you don't count, Destiny's release, and you don't count,
The biggest gaming
Advanced
day
Warfare,
period.
the biggest gaming day of the year, arguably, is November 18th,
Yes.
and it starts off with Adventure Time: The Secret of the Nameless Kingdom. Woohoo! All right. There is looks like an expansion to Company of Heroes 2. Kind of starting out in alphabetical order. We're getting down to Dragon Age Inquisition.
That's it. You did it. You said the magic word.
I did it.
Is it? Is that the one you're waiting for?
I loved the first Dragon Age.
I like the first
I never
Dragon
played
Age.
any of the Mass Effects. I'm having a brain fart. BioWare. Okay.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Always been a BioWare fan from the
Yeah,
KOTOR
me too.
days.
Oh, yeah.
But just never played Mass Effect. I kind of latched on more to Dragon
Really?
Age. Yeah, I haven't played it at all.
If
Yep.
you
Haven't played
love
it all.
Dragon Age,
Yeah.
Oh no! Trust me.
Why does he say
I
that,
get it.
Margaret?
I get it. I do.
Do it.
I played.
Do it.
I played a little bit of Mass Effect 3 demo,
okay,
and I think I was just playing other stuff at the time, and
yeah,
Yeah.
it's definitely like this is what you're playing, and you're not sharing that with anything else, kind of thing.
yeah.
Yep.
I'm
open to it for
definitely,
sure.
I definitely think Mass Effect trilogy is something that everybody.
But now I don't
should
want to play
experience.
the first one because it's.
No, you should still play the first one because
No,
the story's still amazing.
Yeah, no, you'll be
will
fine
for,
with the
you will
first
for
one.
the story. It's really, and that's the thing that's great about Mass Effect is that its hook is the story,
Yeah.
and your part in it, and
Yeah.
that, and using it as a gameplay mechanic, just dialogue as a gameplay mechanic, I think is brilliant.
Yeah.
Dragon Age.
Now,
Yeah,
Dragon
and
Age
KOTOR.
Inquisition, I would be really excited about if Dragon Age 2 was as good as Dragon Age.
Yeah.
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 But
Because I even
because
played
of
the first one and got frustrated
Yeah.
and walked right back around and sold it back and then bought something else.
the first one, the first one I loved, but the second one,
I got stuck somewhere and got frustrated and then
Yeah.
turned around and just took it back.
yeah, no. Second one made me lose a little bit of trust
Yeah.
in the franchise, and so now it's kind of like, all right, well, I don't know what direction you're heading in anymore, because
Yeah.
Dragon Age was very different from 2.
Well, it's
So-
really just more of what I'm excited about it, and I'm not going to rush out and buy it the first day.
Exactly. Like for me, it's
Reviews.
going to be let me wait and see what
Yeah.
the reviewers say,
Yeah.
and then read between the lines. That's something I'm going to have to study before I put my money into. Unlike Evil Within.
Yep.
Let's just keep reading.
How about Escape Dead Island? Anybody interested in
No.
Dead Island? Okay. Far Cry 4. It's a big one for a
That's
lot of folks.
probably going to be cool.
Yeah.
Your boy Colin Moriarty is really excited about that game.
Well, then I'll
game.
think about it.
Yeah, that's going to be his jam once he
Yeah,
finishes with
that's
People
true.
Within.
I played, Far Cry 2 was horrible for me. Horrible.
Yeah.
I saw gameplay of Far Cry 3, and I think that's the first game that ever I saw like Let's Plays of on YouTube, and I actually wanted to get it because I saw Let's Plays.
Gotcha.
It looks fun.
And it was great, and I got it, and I played it, but it was another one of those games where it felt twice as long as it needed to be,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
I started to get bored, and I didn't finish it.
Okay.
And so now with Far Cry 4, I kind of feel like I'm just going to lay low.
I kind of had that thing with Borderlands 2 when it was free
Yep.
on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah.
I think that was only for PS3, but
Yeah.
I enjoyed it. I got into it, but it's a big game. And
You need a co-op. You need a buddy for that one to
Yeah.
really enjoy it, at least
Yeah.
one. So yeah. Speaking of buddy games, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, yeah.
LOL.
Definitely.
For PS4 and Xbox One. So if you missed it
Definitely.
last gen,
Or even if you
should pick
played it
up.
last gen
Yeah,
and you want it
or
to
if you
be
play it
so
again.
awesome now.
and
Yeah.
your online progress carries over, but your offline progress does not. So you have to start the campaign over.
That's
I'll-
cool.
I'll be
At
very
least they
happy to
throw
play
you
that
a little
again.
bit of
Yeah.
a bone there.
Yeah.
I'll be happy to play that. To me, like, that is a game I already know where it's going to go. I know what the story is, so that can behave as a go-to game for me. I'll be like, oh, I feel like playing Grand Theft Auto. Let me play it on this awesome PS4.
Yeah.
You know.
There you go. Hatsune Miku Project Diva F second for PS3 and PS Vita.
I'm very proud of you for saying that at the first try.
Yeah.
That's,
Good job.
well, I've heard Moriarty say it about every episode for the last 3 months.
Dadgum Rampa.
Danganronpa.
Colin Moriarty
Trigger
is our
happy
fifth panel member here. We just plug him
Danganronpa too.
all day long.
Yeah, apparently.
Little Big Planet 3 coming out for PS3 and PS4.
Not a $60 game for me. Little Big Planet will
So-
never be a $60 game for me.
But they brought in a different team, tightened up the controls a little bit. It's not as floaty
I heard.
apparently. They got some voice acting. We'll see
Oh,
what they do
wait.
with it.
Who do they
Little
have? I
Big
know
Planet
they
does
have-
not need voice acting.
Well, we'll see.
It really does not. Ever.
Well, for the creation element, no. But that's why. I didn't really care about the creation.
That's
element,
like playing
so.
Super Mario Brothers 3 and Mario just starts talking.
It's me, Mario.
It's not necessary. You turn into a raccoon. You don't need to talk. It's okay. A flying raccoon.
Oh no!
That's the Davy Crockett power up.
That's a plumber.
I remember being just crazy excited for Little Big Planet when it was 1st coming out and really anticipating it. But they were building it up to be, you know, like you were going to be able to make these levels. There was going to be this great social aspect to it. And in some ways they captured that, but
Yeah.
it almost felt like you kind of had to force it upon yourself, whereas it wasn't something that was just fun to do. It was something that it just wasn't very fun.
Little Big Planet, and I haven't gotten this far. I've beaten the game,
Yeah.
and then they tell me that that's when the game starts, kind of like the Destiny motto. Beat the game, and that's when the game starts.
Nice try.
Completely different game.
But Little Big Planet was one of those where it's like you beat the game, and that's where the game starts, because then you start
Yeah.
doing like the user-created levels,
Yeah.
and that those are like blow away even the. You know,
Well, I
ones
was
that
doing
come with
those. I was doing those for the most part anyway. Like the main storyline, I wasn't into it at all.
it. Yeah.
Is that a triple down?
Jason did something good.
Probably. You said.
Give me some. Give me
Sorry.
some.
He's
Hunter
still
gear.
playing Destiny. I apologize.
Are
Anyway.
you playing
Okay.
on Bounty?
All right, next.
All right, next one. Shadow of
so.
Mordor comes out on PS3 and Xbox 360. So
Oh, it was
That's
delayed
delayed,
last gen.
Yeah, it was delayed for the last gen, so it finally comes out for those folks. And then Watch Dogs comes out on Wii U. Finally.
What?
So you're going to push that out.
Awesome.
Wow.
I actually,
I
don't see
Watch
the
Dogs
point
on
of that.
Wii U is something that I want to see how it performs.
Yeah.
Like, I'm actually
Yeah,
curious.
to test the system.
Yeah.
I'm kind of curious just how it's going to perform, and I actually kind of want to watch that. So.
Yeah, and I mean, and the integration with the the control pad could be pretty good, but there's none of the DLCs coming to it. Unfortunately, they decided not to release any of the DLC. So anyway, and then Amir's Game of the Year, WWE 2K15. With the Cesaro.
I don't know what I was doing, but
That was
Anyway,
good. That's your new move.
for PS4 for the real systems, right? That's when it comes out for the real systems.
the real system.
The
Systems
real
that matter.
system.
The PS4 and the Xbox One,
And-
yes.
yep.
And I'll commit right here, right now, and say that not day one, because that's when we tape
Right.
the round table on Tuesdays, but day two I will be on Twitch for everybody to tune in.
Even
and
you.
help me, yes, you, and help me create my character for the My Career mode. And I hear that it's very long. It's a very long career mode. And from that day forward with that created guy, we together are going to shape that career.
They're just going to make your guy look ridiculous.
That's fine. That's
Okay.
the whole fun of
Okay.
it. That's the whole fun of it. But I am super excited because it goes into like the development of a wrestler, not just like, oh, you're going to play this match and then you're going to there's actual like an RPG element where you're making choices for your character and he might be a good guy, he might be a bad guy, you may team up with somebody, you may end up with a manager, you may decide to have a manager. All kinds of great stuff. And they and I feel really good for the guys that are the rookies that are in developmental because they got those contracts and they're going to be in the game, even though they're not technically on Raw or SmackDown or the televised product. They're on the NXT side. So I'm super stoked about them. In fact, do I still have it on my screen?
If you guys haven't figured it out, Amir loves WWE. What's
that?
I was saying if nobody's figured it out, you are a huge wrestling fan.
Oh yeah. A long-time wrestling fan. I'm not a huge wrestling fan right now as to what the product is now, but
he's legacy.
I can't find it, but there's one guy that was just really excited to be in the game, and I just felt so good. It was Corey Graves for anybody who's a wrestling fan. Check his Twitter. It's a really cute tweet.
I'd be excited to be in a game.
Yeah.
Any game.
Yeah, that's cool.
So we're probably going to go over.
How much more do we have?
We have a whole
haven't
month
talked
to go.
about Smash.
Yeah, exactly. And that's next on the list is we've got on the 21st, that's Big Nintendo Day, probably the biggest Nintendo Day of the year, Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire for the 3DS, and then Super Smash Bros. For Wii U.
Woo!
And the Amiibos.
And that is the second notch.
Yeah.
No,
those things.
The first notch was for Xbox.
So the Amiibos are the little
Bayonetta.
figure dudes, right?
Yeah.
What purpose do they serve?
Well, they have near field communication, so they have like electronics inside of them, so that you can actually it'll link into the game somehow, so that you can kind of carry your progress within your figure, within your character, so that you can just take the figure over and have your whatever progress is going to carry over will then carry over to that character wherever else you take that particular little dude.
Gotcha.
And it's supposed to carry across games, so like Mario Kart 8 is supposed to get some.
Well, they said
Well, that makes it a lot
will,
cooler. Then.
Work for the Hyrule Warriors.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So, and then like the
pretty nifty.
Captain Toad Treasure Tracker is supposed to have some of that and all that kind of fun stuff. So that'll be kind of interesting. We'll see. We'll see. All right.
Way out of the box. But I got him back.
Okay, good. Good job.
Stay down.
All right.
Stay down.
All right. On the 25th, Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions. Yeah. Yeah, apparently.
Finally.
No.
No, sorry.
I had to do it this way because I was afraid that if I did it the natural way, I'd just start punching people. So.
That's going to be good, I hope. If it's not.
Well, you introduced me to
upset.
Geometry Wars, so I think we should totally make a day of it.
Let's do it.
That'd be awesome.
Baker's in too.
Yeah, according to this though, it releases on the 25th for PS3 and PS4, but it's the 26th for Xbox 360 and Xbox One. So that's kind of odd.
Sorry, that was
24-hour difference there. You're kind of like the Three Amigos there.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Anyways.
We never mind, we did.
No. I need to watch Three
Synapses.
Amigos again.
Okay.
Persona Q Shadow of the Labyrinth for 3DS. If you care about the Persona series, Persona 4 Golden was pretty awesome on Vita, though.
I never got into them.
Anyway, Penguins of Madagascar for 3DS and Wii U. On the 26th, Geometry Wars, like I mentioned. 27th, Raven's Cry.
Don't know what that is.
On Windows and Steam OS. Hey, it's a game for Steam OS. Woohoo. And then there's some games. Apparently, there's a new Alone in the Dark for PC that's supposed to come out.
Say what? No, hold on.
Alone in the Dark.
They should let that
Illumination.
Alone in the Dark. I'm sorry. What?
Illumination is the name.
There's another Alone.
Yeah,
in
but
the
then
Dark
you're not in the dark.
It's an up to 4-player cooperative experience.
Oh, screw it. Move on.
Okay, moving on.
Screwed that one up too.
Yeah. And then the Swapper is supposed to come out for Wii U.
I hear that's great.
Yeah. So that's supposed to be pretty good. All right. December 2nd.
Ooh, yeah.
December 2nd, it comes a game that a lot of people are looking forward to,
Yes.
have been looking forward to for a really long time, and are anxious to see what comes after this as well. It's Kingdom Hearts HD 2.5 Remix.
Oh yeah, I've been waiting for that
Yes.
for forever.
I thought you were talking about the crew until you were like a long time.
Yeah, exactly. I couldn't just, you got to build the suspense, right?
That was good, Brian. That was good.
It was.
So, by the way, Kingdom Hearts HD is only for PS3. So that's enough reason for a lot of people to hang on to PS3.
I can't believe you rickrolled me.
I did right there. The crew is coming out for PC, PS4, Xbox One, and only Xbox 360. No PS3. That's unfortunate. All right. Chivalry, Medieval Warfare comes
Wait a
out
minute,
on the 3rd.
did we just move on from the crew that
Yeah, we
fast?
did. Well, we moved on. We moved on from Smash Brothers.
Dude,
'cause you don't
the
want
crew.
to talk about
Yeah.
it, so.
The crew.
Yeah,
Dude,
The
Smash
whole
Brothers.
United States as a racetrack.
Cruising USA.
A car PG.
A car PG.
Car PG.
Yeah, like calling all cars. That worked out well, didn't it, David Jaffe?
It could be incredible fun, but it's hard for me to get incredibly excited about any kind of car game.
Yeah.
If it's
It's like I don't really care that that Drive Club has been just flopping around like a dead fish. Well, a dying fish.
Clank, 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 clank.
Well, here's the thing. You know,
Here's the PlayStation Plus free version. No,
have you ever
No, I
played
guess
Burnout Paradise?
Yeah. It's fun. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
But those aren't the games that I'm months in advance getting freaked out about.
The thing about the PlayStation 4 and Destiny is that Destiny is actually the first multiplayer game, online multiplayer game, that I care about and I play.
Yeah.
And I play with my friends. And I have a friend in New York who's also the same. Like, we always play single player. You know, we don't want to play with each other online. Like, we'll just play our games and we'll talk about it afterwards like we do now. But with Destiny, we play together a lot. We enjoy it. And that kind of turned us on to other games that we have that are multiplayer. And, hey, let's play those online. If that transition has happened, and now we go into something like The Crew, that's a blast, man.
That could be cool. Yeah, I see where you're going with that.
You know?
That could be really neat.
Because, like, the whole country is your playground. Like, you could drive for 2.5 hours from one side to the
It's
other.
linked into Google Maps, so you can go down your own street. I'm just kidding.
I was like, what?
That would be awesome.
You know,
That's great.
yeah.
All right. Cool. Yeah, I mean, it looks like it could be good.
Yeah.
It's going to have some stiff competition, but
I'm
it
really
does something
stoked about
different.
it. I don't see stiff competition for it, though.
Well,
because
for
Drive Club
racers.
flopped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like a dead fish.
Yeah.
Well, for technical reasons.
Yeah, for technical reasons, but it still
yeah.
flopped, whatever the reason. And then there was another one that was, and Project Cars got delayed.
Yeah,
to
Project Cars
2015.
got delayed, so.
So it's,
yeah, that's pretty much it.
if anything,
you're right.
it got a clear thing. I am,
Yeah. But it isn't going to hit before Black Friday.
I am
Yeah, but-
concerned about all the disappointments, though.
Yeah.
Alien
far.
Isolation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which didn't disappoint everybody.
Just too long from what I hear.
Yeah, too long. Yeah, I think that's the general
too
consensus.
long, frustrating. I did watch some of the Let's Plays. I wasn't all that.
Cheap kills.
Yes,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
that was the thing.
Yeah.
You know, like
Mm-hmm. It's a problem.
I thought we were past that era of
I would think
games
so.
that were
But it's
going
random.
to frustrate
The
you.
boss is random. You never know
yeah.
what it's going to do. And I think, yeah.
Well, I was kind of looking at Alien Isolation a little bit how I was looking at Wolfenstein. You know, before I heard that Wolfenstein was really, really, really good,
Yeah.
I was hopeful about it. Maybe they can, bring back a beloved series,
It
make
balls
it something
hard.
really nice.
Yeah, it does.
And Alien Isolation was looking like it could easily be that. A huge game with a lot of time spent on it, but apparently not.
It's leaps and bounds better than Colonial Marines. I can tell you that.
No,
from
for
experience.
sure, for sure.
On the 3rd, Chivalry Medieval Warfare for PS3 and X360. That's I think this PC.
Oh, we're still going? There's
That's a
still
PC
games
game.
coming
Yeah,
out?
there's still
Yep.
games going out, man. We ain't done yet. On December 5th, Captain Toad Treasure Tracker, which looks like it could be pretty good.
Got them amiibos.
Because it's basically just little. They took one of the kind of extra levels from Mario 3D World, and basically made a whole game around this one character who can't jump. But it's
That's
like
what I was
a
about
puzzle.
to say, man.
Yeah.
Warning, he can't jump.
Yeah, he can't
Have
jump.
fun not jumping in a
He's
Mario
a toad with a
game.
big backpack. Well, it's not a Mario game. That's the thing. It's a puzzle game.
Yeah.
So, NES Remix Pack and Ultimate NES Remix. So the NES Remix Pack is the NES Remix 1 and 2 together.
Those are really
for
cool. I like those.
Yeah, for the Wii U. And then the Ultimate NES Remix is basically the same thing, but for the 3DS. So that's kind of tempting, because that would be pretty good on the go. On the
Great
9th...
on the go.
Oh, yeah, it'd be fantastic. On the 9th, Lara Croft and the Temple of Osiris. So if you want kind of a more traditional, kind of puzzly Lara Croft.
What was the
kind of
other one?
game.
Guardian of the Light?
Yeah, that was the other one in that kind of series.
I wasn't sure if that was the name because Destiny has
Guardians
and Light.
and Light, yeah.
Am I just getting that wrong? But no, that was actually really good.
Yeah, and it's PC, PS4, and Xbox One. So last geners, you're out of luck.
Osiris or Osiris?
Osiris.
I would say Osiris.
Oh, seriously. Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney trilogy for 3DS. So if you missed out on Phoenix Wright, that's an awesome
I might pick
series.
those up.
Time to get back into it. On the 12th, Halo Spartan Strike for Windows Phone and PC. So it's kind of that twin stick shooter sequel to the Spartan Assault. Guilty Gear XRD Sign. That's probably not correct at all, but whatever. PS4 and PS3. Metal Gear Solid 5 Ground Zeroes comes out
On
on PC on the 18th.
Interesting.
And then that's pretty much.
Made them wait a long time.
That's pretty much it. There's some, we have some. There's some other games that don't really have firm release dates, and especially with Sony, they could just up and turn around and say, "Okay, yeah, Minecraft releases tomorrow. How about that?" So who knows? But that's it. So pretty exciting. So what I wanted to kind of do is we could all say, well, what we're going to play, right? We could all say what we're not going to play. But what I wanted to do is.
Oh, we're just starting now.
No.
Let's start the show now. An hour later.
No. I was like, we could do that, but what I wanted to do to kind of wrap things up was to have us kind of bet what we think the other one will actually be playing by the end of the year.
What do we classify as end of the year?
By January, you will not have put it on the shelf or sold it.
Okay.
It'll still be
You'll still be playing it.
in kind of your playlist. Yeah.
Okay. Geometry Wars.
And it could be.
Well, you can't really
that
resell
one's easy though. Yeah.
Yeah.
First of all, it's digital. Secondly, that's the type of game to where, hey, a couple of my buddies are at the house. What do you want to do?
Yep.
Let's shoot shapes.
And thirdly, Geometry Wars.
Yeah. Exactly.
All right. Okay. So
easy.
So that's Tim. And then and Amir's an easy one as well.
Big time duh.
WWE 2K15.
WWE 2K15, no doubt.
All right. Okay. All right. So Amir's betting Tim.
There are
betting
possibilities that WWE 2K15 will not make my cut.
Yep. So that's the next thing.
WWE 2K14 I was super stoked about. I had a lot of fun playing it. I just did the Defeat the Streak with The Undertaker, but the thing that I was doing for years was WWE Alternate and doing Story Designer, and that was bugged and broken.
Yeah.
And it is a leap to next gen, so we don't know what's going to be lost in the transition, if anything.
Yep.
So who knows,
Yep.
But chances are really, really good.
Yep.
that
Smash
I'm
Brothers
playing
for
that a lot.
Allison.
Yes.
Wii U.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
All right.
Seeing as how we just bought one.
You are a
exactly.
tough one.
Yep.
I think you're the only tough one here.
I'm going to go. He was all
Civ.
excited about Civ. So.
Yeah.
Probably. All right. We'll see.
Or he's still playing Destiny.
Probably. Yeah.
It'll-
No, because that's when the expansion comes out.
And what
right?
makes it difficult though is that as long as these games are not disappointments, that's what sticks.
Well, and so that's the last one. Last question here. What do we think is going to be that disappointment?
I hope it's not Dragon Age, but I would not be shocked at all.
I wouldn't either.
Yeah.
Sadly.
And that is the one I would vote for. If there's going to be one
Yeah.
that's not going
I think
to
it's
be
the
up to
safest bet
stuff,
there.
it'll be that one. It is also possible The Wolf Among Us I'm going to throw in there as a possible because I know that The Walking Dead was kind of bugged, had a couple of buggy issues.
Oh, on PS4?
Yeah, not on PS4, on PS3 when it came out.
Yeah.
A few complaints about it or whatever. And then when they ended up doing the 400 days thing and the second season, it was like, hey, you didn't even fix any of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know in transition it is possible that in The Wolf Among Us in transition to console might have some issues.
Oh, you mean the
What-
PS4?
and
and
whether
yeah.
they'll be
That
game-breaking or
didn't
not, we
stop
don't know.
people from playing it.
Yeah.
No,
Anyway,
it didn't. But
so-
we don't know. I mean, we haven't
Sure,
seen The Wolf Among
sure.
Us on console, so we don't know.
Oh, no,
if it'll
it's on
be-
PS3.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Oh, you mean it's not on PS4
Right.
yet?
Yeah,
so
when
we haven't
it
seen it on
comes out to
PS4. and
If there's
Xbox
something
One.
in
Okay.
transition that might be lost,
Makes sense.
or break, it's possible that something game breaking
Okay.
could happen. I'm kind of waiting for the Telltale code to break
Yeah.
because you could see that their episodes kind of get a little bit more buggy as they go.
Yeah.
Oh, well, if you want to see buggy, go back and play Back to the Future Jurassic Park. And that's the buggiest
I
that
played
they
Back to
got.
the Future. I played it just because it was written by the people who wrote Back to the Future, and I was like, I don't care how bad this is. I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm gonna play it.
I want to
Yep.
hear the story.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
And
that
that
was
was-
a miserable.
So they did Jurassic Park?
Yeah, and Jurassic Park was worse.
That tells you how bad Evil Within was for me. If I got rid of it after 2.5 hours of game time. Wow.
Yep.
Because I stuck with Back to the Future from beginning to end.
Yep. Yep.
And I didn't play Jurassic Park yet.
And
And I really want to. And I keep forgetting that I own it because I think it was a PlayStation Plus game or something.
It may have been early on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was
I think so.
before I started.
I have it on my downloads. And I was like, really? I own this game? This is
you go.
awesome. Which is why I need physical games.
otherwise,
Because
you'll forget they
I
exist.
forget that
Yeah.
I forget I own them.
And you need something to hug.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
I don't know why.
You know what I really miss? The instruction manuals.
Yeah.
That's the one thing that really excited me about the Evil Within is it actually had an instruction manual, and
Yeah.
then I opened it up, and it had that new game smell because
Nice.
it's like a newly printed.
So it had
instruction
like
manual.
actual.
Yep.
Yeah, it has a
pages.
really
That's why
thick.
if
good.
like there's
Let me go get it.
like a limited edition that has an art book or something, we have to have it.
Yeah.
The packaging.
I just.
Let me wait till I get on the mic. All right, I have to wait till I get on the mic.
The packaging looks
The
like a
packaging
movie.
is
It
really
does.
cool.
Yeah.
Really, really cool. It's got this 3D thing going on.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The packaging is really cool. Presentation-wise, everything about this game is
Yeah.
great. And then,
Until you play it.
until you play the second chapter, because the first chapter is like it's got its hiccups, it's got its things where you're like, but overall,
So
but yeah,
what if it
manual.
gets back going to what about chapter 4 throughout the rest of the game is amazing? What if that's the case? What if?
Maybe, but chances are no. If you have that, the frustrations of chapter 2 and 3, once you get to those frustrations, you know those are not going to go away. You know that is just how the game is
I
designed.
guess I just don't
Well, and
really.
you've already
know
nitpicked
It's
what
not
they're-
all the
yeah,
things that bug
it's
you.
not like
and
they're going to
it's-
add animations.
So
Yeah.
what are the things that are bugging you about it then? I guess.
The list goes on and on.
Well, we could save that for
But
off camera.
yeah,
anyway.
but no blending animation. So like if you're if you're running, it almost this is how you're running. So and I told you guys before, when you go up to a door, like you walk up to a door, you press the button, all of a sudden, it's like there's no blending animation there. Unless it's a scripted scene, like you saw the guy running from the chainsaw. Once he touches the wheelchair, that's when it's cool. It's like, but to me, that is very old game design because you can almost see where the triggers are.
Well, that's like
floor.
that's
It's
like
when
Resident
he
Evil
comes
4
near
stuff.
the wheelchair, clip into this.
Yeah.
So there was, there's that, which isn't the big deal. The biggest deal is that you die often, and because you're dying often by regular zombies, you would expect that when they kill you, like I got struck with a guy with a torch, and that killed me. And so I land on my knees and then face down. And then another zombie later kills me with an axe, and I land on my knees and
Why does the
face
zombie
down.
have an axe?
Whatever, I don't know. There's also one with a gun.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, that's dumb.
At one point, here's really dumb.
He doesn't even shoot you with it. He just
There's
hits you
one
with it.
point where this is how old feeling the game design is. There's one point where like there's this one alley where I finally figure out where I need to go. That's the big thing about Evil Within. You don't know where you're supposed to go, and there's no map for you to see where you've been. So if you lose your sense of direction because the areas look everything about it, like the environment is all the same, you lose track of where you are, where you're supposed to be going, and there's no map to help you, in that. So even the features that the original Resident Evil has, Evil Within does not have. But yeah, it's just constantly dying and having no cinematic to it, or it's constantly reminding you you're playing a game.
Yeah.
And it's like the game designer saying it's me versus you. It's not you. It's not the environment or the game challenging you. This is me versus you. I'm making it tough on you, and it just it
pulls you out of it. I get it. What?
Cool.
Yeah, it's a shame. It really is a
That
shame
is too
because
bad.
I was really craving a survival horror game, and I think this kind of sets us back. Do we have a survival horror game coming?
Yeah. Whatever happens with PT,
Okay,
Silent Hills.
Yep.
but I don't know if that's would that be considered survival horror?
I mean, you gotta almost put it in the same
It feels
genre.
more like a puzzler.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
I suppose
a
it
horror
depends on
puzzle
what
game.
direction they want to go with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and it could be like Silent Hill 3. The
I guess
Room, where it looks
it's like
it's just
the
first
same
person
genre with
and-
two different
Right.
subsets of the same genre, maybe.
Yeah.
So we'll see. Could be something new altogether.
Yeah.
Could be that could be survival horror redefined.
We do have
Ooh.
Revelations 2, and I've never played a Resident Evil Revelations. So,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know how that'll work out. I really do.
They did an HD version for the last gen console.
Is that the throwback games? Were they?
Yeah, what?
They did an HD version of it for last gen console.
Resident Evil Revelations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I know.
Yeah.
I just haven't played it.
Ah.
Yeah. Or you could get a 3DS, muddle through it that way, with only one analog control.
Oh, yeah.
It's pretty terrible.
That would
I
be
didn't
good.
enjoy it like that. Anyway,
Well,
so
Can we just have a survival horror game again?
nope.
no, you
No.
will
By
not.
today's standards, where we're not walking around like tanks.
No. Not gonna happen.
There's such a market for that, though.
Yeah.
Obviously, people are craving
Yeah.
Yeah.
a survival
That's true.
horror to come back. Obviously.
Yep.
Why is nobody like cashing in on that?
Well, they tried and they failed. That's all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Fools.
That's it.
I'll tell you, it just clicked in my head. You know,
Did you figure it out?
why
Like a clicker?
why I loathe
Oh.
this. Remember the word that I used was lazy?
Yeah.
I played Resident Evil 1
Yeah.
here. And that shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Mhm.
technology has gotten far enough where it really
Well, it's
shouldn't have happened. If
it's
you
the
took an
Resident Evil
extra
guy,
year-
isn't it?
If you took an extra year, you added animations.
Yep.
That's all he had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Add some animations.
Yeah.
Give us a map. Let the player know where he needs to do balance. Give it the proper
Mm-hmm.
mechanics and animations, and this would have been amazing. But
Yep.
it was just the whole introduction was ripped from Alone in the Dark 4, and it was obvious there were canned animations that were obviously ripped from Resident Evil 4.
Yeah.
Like he opens the door and then they close up on his back, and you see the the texture in his back, and you're like, oh, this character is Leon Kennedy. Okay, it's a shame, and it makes me very angry because I'm angry because I love the man who made the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's a shame to see that he
And
made
it's
a game
got
and
Bethesda
proved to
on
us
there.
that he hasn't
Yeah.
grown at all since then. You know,
Yep.
Oh well.
yeah, that's sucks.
I think that the last gen Assassin's Creed is going to be better than the new next gen one.
You think so?
Yep.
What makes you say that?
Rogue over Unity.
Yep. I do.
Just in terms of how it performs. Or?
Yeah, I think no. As far as like which is more fun to play,
Yeah.
Mm.
like which works as a game.
Can you crouch?
I don't know. I don't give it about Assassin's Creed. That's just
Yeah.
I like.
Can you crouch in
Facts.
Rogue?
I couldn't care less.
My
I don't know.
my problem always with Assassin's Creed was you can't crouch.
Censorship.
Yeah.
It's like
Seems
I'm
odd.
an assassin. I'm supposed to be
Yeah.
like stealth.
Oh, like old
And I
Metal
can't-
Gear.
You couldn't
Solid.
crouch? I thought
yeah.
you could. No,
You go
yeah,
prone.
like up on tops of buildings in
Yeah.
certain situations. You can see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all contextual. Yeah. So, but that's my prediction. That's what I think. I think Unity's not going to live up to expectations, and Rogue is going to be the better game.
I could see that.
I probably
But
wouldn't
I do
play it.
respect the fact that they're experimenting with Unity to do something new.
Yep.
And that I respect.
And that's
I like
fine.
that.
Yeah, except have female characters. Anyway,
It's for
Sorry,
another
let's
time.
open up
Oh.
that bag of worms.
It's for another time. Sorry. For another time.
Anyway.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right. So, what do you think, Allison? What do you think is going to be the disappointment of the year?
I'm not really paying attention. I just want Super Smash Brothers.
All right.
The biggest disappointment will be if she cannot play Smash Brothers for some reason.
If it's not as good as the 3DS version.
Yeah.
And
That
I'm,
would just
I'm a
not
little
make sense.
concerned, but I'm a little concerned that maybe they're not done. That they're going to get it out, they're going to release it, and it's not going to be
You don't think it's done yet?
finished. He said
Smash
he's still working on
Brothers?
it. Yeah, he said he's still working on it. So I don't know what that means.
Surely it's ready.
If there's going to be like patch and stuff like that. I don't know.
I didn't hear.
Well,
I
it
didn't
just
know
seems
that.
to make sense. Let the DS one.
When
come
is the
out,
release date?
Because the
give it
DS1's
some time
already out,
first.
so
yeah.
it's not like they would have much more.
Yeah,
that's
and you
their
want to have it spread
basic
out
groundwork.
far enough to where you don't have people with 3DSs sitting there saying, "Yeah, but here it comes
Yeah.
pretty soon."
Yeah.
Infringing on each other. You don't want that overlap.
Yeah, but that they're doing right before Black Friday. I mean, I know they had to do that, but that's the thing, they had to do that. And so, like, if it was ready before that, I think that they might have, they might have done it a little bit sooner, like,
Yeah.
gotten it out a little bit earlier. If it was done, and I don't think it's quite done. I don't think it's gone gold. So I'm a little.
So the
concerned.
release is right before Black Friday.
That
So
Friday.
Which one is that? That's not November 18th. That's
That's
21.
21st, so it's that same week.
okay. Oh, that's right. They release on Fridays.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So November 21st, and
Yep.
he's still working on it.
Yeah.
That's okay. It's October. When does it need to go gold? Oh, he's only got like a couple weeks.
Yeah,
exactly.
about that.
You better be close.
So yeah, I'm
I
concerned.
suppose
be like-
it depends what they mean.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah, exactly.
Wii does more DLC and junk like that. So are they just talking,
Yeah.
DLC? We don't have
see.
this done, or
I don't own a Wii U. Do they have the infamous 1.01 patch? Like when games release, they're like patched, like a day one patch.
Not usually day one, I don't think. I think there might have been. There was day one DLC for Hyrule.
Oh no, I mean like
Yeah, I
like a
didn't
bug
hear about
fixer. Like you'll buy a game and then you'll be like, oh, okay,
They
you
have
put
the
in the
ability,
game now
yeah.
1.01.
Yeah, I don't know if it's. I don't think it's as.
Because I do know that sometimes like developers will take advantage of that and be like, okay, we can fix this while it's going into printing and
Fix
distribution.
it in post.
Yeah, and then when you pop in the disc, it just says, okay, you need to update it. There's an update
Right.
waiting for you with all the fixes.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a good thought.
All right.
Could be
Cool.
Could be
So
what
we'll
he's
see.
doing.
Yeah.
We shall see. Well,
Yeah.
that's it. That's all she wrote, man.
It's funny. It's exciting,
It
right?
is.
I thought that there was going to be a lot more games I'm buying. I'm looking at my list and I only have 5.
Yeah.
Which 5.
It's good.
It's a lot.
Yeah.
But
It is.
Yeah.
but this makes me really excited for 2015.
Oh yeah. 2015 is going to be spectacular.
Hopefully, get me some Uncharted going.
Yeah,
Man.
and E3
Maybe
is in
Probably
June,
not.
so everything we hear about 2015, we can assume mostly will come at the beginning.
Yeah. Yep.
Ooh, and there is a Sony specific press event conference deal thing happening in December or something like that.
Oh, yeah.
No,
Sony
PlayStation
PlayStation
in Vegas.
That's what it is.
Yes. Yeah.
So maybe we'll get some intel there on whatever.
We shall see.
Whatever. I don't know.
Yeah, they're going to be teasing stuff.
Yeah,
Truly.
it's definitely exciting times. It's very cool.
Yeah.
It's really very, very cool.
And it's also good that we don't have to fly around to all these conferences and expos and deal with all that, because there have been a lot of them this year.
Yeah.
Can I tell you
Like
something that
18
really
packs
excited
was-
me
What's that?
about this holiday?
What's that?
What really excited me is that I think it was Project Cars that said that they were pushing their game to 2015
Yep.
because of the overcrowded holiday game releases. They actually openly said that. And I'm very excited about that. And then that is the most exciting thing to me about this holiday, is that we actually have a publisher now openly saying market's way too crowded in the season. And the reason I say that is because we all love video games.
Yeah.
And we want to play them all. We want to consume them all.
Yeah. Like Pokemon.
But we always have to play favorites in March and in October.
Yeah. That's what we're
March
about.
is always the worst.
Yeah, and
Yep.
it's and I even have to tell my wife, I'm like, there are 2 months in the year that I go absolutely freaking crazy. So make sure that there's money in the account and don't spend it on shit, because it's all going on games.
Oh, man.
The rest of the year, you got what you want. These are my months.
Oh,
Okay,
And don't
spend
it on shit.
but I would prefer, and this was a debate that I had. I would prefer that, there's no need. Gamers will play year round. I understand that they want to hook, the parents of the kids to go and buy these games. For the holidays. Oh, it's Black Friday. It's Christmas. I'm getting this for you for Christmas or whatever. But gamers play year round. The people that are gifting don't care about the release dates. there's no reason to play tug of war with a gamer's wallet. You're losing sales by doing that. You know, there's absolutely no reason. The Crew, I think, is the most beautifully placed on this list because December 2nd is a dead day. Games like stop releasing in December because it's like, it's past Black Friday. That's it. You know?
Yeah, but what money is available to purchase it after Black Friday is the problem.
Because gamers that are excited about The Crew are going to buy The Crew.
Yeah.
And parents that want to buy it for Christmas, maybe they'll just wait for that day. Fine. Or maybe they spent the money before.
Yeah.
But the point is that the big money comes from the gamers. Grand Theft Auto 5, parents should not be buying that for their kids. It's a mature game. Doesn't need to come out before Black Friday.
They're going to.
They will anyway.
They're going to anyway.
WW2K15,
Yeah.
You know, but the fact of the matter is that gamers play games year round. They buy games year round.
Yeah.
We've seen some of these like odd dates for releasing games, and they've been very successful.
Yeah.
I can't think of the game titles in my head right now, but I do recall like on occasion I would see a game that releases like where nothing else is going on, like during a gaming drought.
Well, I think Destiny was well placed.
Yeah.
Destiny is a great example.
Yeah.
Way earlier than everybody else. September.
And then they're going to drop DLC at the end of the year. Like,
Yeah.
Hey, remember us?
yeah.
Jab, jab, wink, wink. Come back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or keep playing, as the case may be.
Just never stop.
Just
ever.
don't stop.
So we'll see. All right.
But I am excited. I hope that we're going to start having year-round releases slowly, because that's really what we need.
As we go to digital, and I think that's more likely.
Yeah.
Screw you and your digital.
No, but March is still the end of their fiscal year, so they're still going to try and jab out as much as they can.
And
In March, I don't know that that'll go away too much.
Yep, and there's more money in the market this time of year than there is anywhere else. So,
Yeah.
Well,
all right.
maybe tax season's pretty good. Of course, that's around March, April.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Yeah.
So, there it is.
That's
There
it.
you have it. That's your holiday season for 2014.
That's a wrap.
Put a bow on it.
Is that the thing that you guys do to end it?
Yeah,
It is
Okay.
now.
That's how you know it's over. Okay.
I don't know why it's that amusing.
That's a wrap. Put a bow on it.
It is. Yeah. Thanks for joining us, guys.